Yeah, I was in the United States Air Force. I joined shortly after high school. I did a delayed enlistment program and joined in October of 1980. I served 20 years in 1 month. I joined specifically to get a college education, and it took me 20 years in that time. I was a avionics technician. I worked on F-15 aircraft and enjoyed working, on the flight line and being around airplanes and working with the pilots and making sure they were able to go do their job. And I enjoyed all the people that I worked with and the places that I visited. I was rated when I got out of the military. I had an issue with gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD, and I was rated at 30%. My back, they called it a lumbar strain. I fell off a truck when I was in the military trying to get on. The truck had kind of taken off. I fell off the back of the truck and injured my back. And when I got out, they rated me at 0%. And it had been like that for a number of years. I had put in for an increase myself and had gone from 30% to 60%. They increased the rating on my back. And I had surgery after I got out of the Air Force for the GERD, and someone had told me, hey, you should put in to see if you could get, an increase. And I did that and got the little bit of increase when they rated my back above 0%. But when I had to have surgery for GERD, somebody said, you should do it again. And so I did it, and they didn't give me anything. It was like I didn't know what I was doing. And so I started doing research to see if I could see what he was talking about. And I found several companies. And as I started doing research, I was kind of drawn to Trajector for a couple of reasons. All the stuff that I had read and learned, you need three things to be able to qualify for your benefits from the VA. And one is a current medical diagnosis. Two is your service connection, or what they call the nexus. And then the third is your symptoms and severity. And so I knew what all those were, but as I looked at some of these other companies, they tend to help veterans and do stuff, but your company I was drawn to because of the medical evidence and being able to do that. And I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised when I first put my information in on the website. They called back within 3 or 4 hours, and the lady was really helpful on the phone, kind of told me how the process would go. So it was a huge help, and I certainly appreciate that. So I started out at 60. That's where I had gotten to. And then with Trajector's help, I'm currently at 90%. The process was great. I thought they did a wonderful job of reaching out. No, they were great about reaching back out and staying in touch. They were very respectful of my time as far as, how things went. That you guys are very thorough, that while it does cost money, it's worth it. There's nothing out of pocket. You don't owe unless you get an increase. And it's definitely worth going through somebody who understands medical evidence better than. That's what drew me to your company to begin with, was I needed help making sure that I had a fully developed claim ready to submit. I've reached out to several friends of mine to let them know. Don't know if anyone has contacted and, tried to get Trajector help or not, but I hope they do, because I've seen success and I know other people could be successful as well.